What's up, everyone? Hope everyone's having a great weekend. Today, I'd like to talk about Humble. It's been a volatile couple weeks for TSNPD stock price actions as the short sellers and market manipulators generate a March panic scare naked short sell, which was compounded by the treasury yield increases. If you're still holding on to Humble, congrats, as I think the stock may have bottomed. In this video, I will explain to you why Humble stock sold off, provide you the latest Humble news update, a brief overview of the latest interview of Humble CEO Brian Foote, and what it all means and what will most likely to happen on the month of April. So you might want to stick around. Swadee Cup, that's hello in Thai. My name is Anthony and welcome to Quantum Finance. I want to say that I'm not a licensed financial advisor. Everything that I state here are of my own opinions. And if you find the video of value, please hit the like button and share the video to help us beat the YouTube algorithm. And while you're at it, turn on that notification bell so you are notified every time I post a new video. This way, you'll get up to date on all your favorite stocks, learn some new ones, and see exactly what I'm trading and investing. Please help us reach the 10K subscriber goal by hitting the sub button below. Now let's help you make some free moolahs with Webull. If you want to earn 2 free stocks, value up to $1,800 per share, all you have to do is click on the link below in the descriptions or in my comments. Set up an account and deposit $100. Webull will give you 2 free stocks. Just 2 weeks ago, one of our viewers received Google stock value up to $1,900 and another viewer received Facebook stock value of $200. In my opinion, Webull is a very good brokerage company in that I use it to trade in pre-markets and after hours. It is commission free, so you can trade as much as you like. But I like the fact that I can trade cryptocurrencies as well. And you all know I can't do that with TD Ameritrade account. So if you're interested in that, please make sure to check it out. With that out of the way, let's get right into it. Okay, if you held on to TSNPD stock from March 3rd to March 16th, congrats. You have successfully survived the market manipulations caused by the short sellers. I did not find out about this until yesterday after talking to some of my friends who referred me to the Yahoo Finance forum posted by High Ground. He best explained what happened to Humble stock on March 16 post. This is what High Ground stated. When TSNP changed to Humble, the CUSPID changed. Now the CUSPID stands for Committee on Uniform Security Identification Procedures. The CUSIP number is a unique identification number assigned to all stocks and registered bonds in the United States and Canada and is mainly used in computerized trading record-keeping systems. By law, the shorts have 13 business days to cover all their 87 million naked shares from the old CUSPID to the new ID. The TSPND is a temporary ticker change till the 26th when it becomes HMBL. The change of ID of the ticker forces them to cover today because today is the 13th day. That is why they have been attacking this stock since March 1st, trying to get people to sell because they have to buy millions of shares today. For every share scared people sell, them at under $3 is one less shares they have to pay over $6 for. So hopefully that explains what happened. Basically, March 16 was the deadline and he went on to state that the price would explode after that. Friday, March 19th is even worse, which was a triple witching day, but we didn't really see a major spike in the stock price as he had predicted. That is when all the options and margins are due on the same day and the new rules require them to pay more money to short shares. I'm somewhat in agreement with High Ground that the good news is that those days of short selling are over. The new rule that went into effect on Friday will keep naked shorts and hedge funds in check. Now April will be a big payoff for those who held strong, and I will share with you with this chart. Historically, after post-election year, April is a better month compared to the worst month, which was March. After March, this is when the stock will run up, so you don't want to miss out on this. Also, the fact that the ticker change is coming on March 26, 2021. The app will be released sometime in April or May, so for sure, Humble stock will spike up, so hold on strong for the greens. However, I'm not so sure if the ticker symbol change by itself from TSNPD to Humble or HMBL would itself be a catalyst to drive up the Humble stock price action. But I am anticipating is that there will be big news coming as Humble continues to expand the business offering into many countries and will release more developments and news catalysts. For instance, Humble and Area Group Ventures, a Chilean multifamily office, announced on March 16 the signing of security purchase agreement for the purchase by Area Group of Humble common stock and the country rights to Chile for a purchase price of $7.5 million. This is a strategic partnership that will allow Humble to enter the Chilean flattened market. As of this morning, Humble also announced a strategic partnership with Digital India Payment or DIPL to enter the India market. DIPL was built to drive payment connectivity, financial services solutions for all Indian customers, serving over 30,000 merchants in India. DIPL solutions service the urban 2-year-old consumers in areas of limited connectivity and locations based on service needs in banking, mobile, e-commerce, wireless, ATM, and travel services. Recently, Brian Foote was interviewed on the Action and Ambition podcast under the title Brian Foote Built Market Intelligence and Multiple Retail Sales episode. Brian had mentioned that he wanted Humble to be a key driver for decentralized Web 3.0 to provide more people to accessibility. He felt that taking Humble to public via the traditional route of an IPO from start to finish would have taken too long, as the process is about 5 to 7 years, cost a lot of money, and it will be controlled by a small group of people in Silicon Valley that didn't make sense for Humble. He felt that a reverse merger of SPAC on OTC and then uplist to the NASDAQ is the faster or the higher velocity move with low barrier to the market. In the end, he stated that it made more sense for Humble by making accessible to the market via the OTC route. He went on to state that Humble is only in its 3rd month and going into its 4th month as a public company. Therefore, Humble is not in a public disclosure framework yet to discuss or release much information about the business. I can only assume that once Humble tickers change from TSNP to HMBL on March 26, then Humble will move into a reporting framework where he can talk more freely. Thus, the month of April is where I anticipate more press release, new developments, new catalysts that will influence the Humble stock price actions. One of the highly anticipated news catalysts is the full release of the delayed Humble app. Brian did mention that he wished Humble could offer more products for the USA market, i.e. Humble ETX cryptocurrency products, but due to regulations, he couldn't. He stated that right now, the problem is that blockchains are regulated to the high net worth and accredited investors in USA. It is Brian's objective to offer Humble to the non-accredited investors who are intelligent and are capable of making proper due diligence to make their investment, thereby making it accessible to the broader market. He briefly mentioned that he could have decided to move Humble to Singapore, where the government there is more supportive of blockchain technology, thereby making it easier to make things happen, but decided to base Humble in USA because of his patriotism. He believed the US government is moving in the right direction, which takes us to the next news catalyst, where Fed Chairman Powell says COVID-19 highlights need to improve cross-border payments. Chairman Powell stated that it suffers from outdated technology in some area and inefficiencies that can make it difficult to comply with the requirements to fight money laundering and terrorist financing. Well, guess what? That's exactly what Humble blockchain technology is all about and beyond. I personally believe Humble is the company that will change life for those who invest and understand blockchain technology and marketplace opportunities. As in this article has stated, if you had invested just $500 in Humble back in October 2020, you have a netted $3.4 million today. Most of us has already missed that early stage growth period, but bear in mind that we are just nearing the first base, and I do believe Humble will be minting more millionaires in the next 3 to 5 years. Now let's look at his daily chart. He closed on Friday at $3.21.6. It was up 17.6 cents or 5.79% on a very low volume of 32% of normal trading volume. This low volume is a signal of investors' low conviction and uncertainty of Humble and the overall market. The naked short sale event is over and the stock price have readjusted accordingly. Now we have to wait for the upcoming news catalyst to drive up the price. The technical, however, are indicating a strengthening short-term outlook, and long-term indicators fully support the continuation of an upward trend. I am predicting that we will have a great news comes April, where we can anticipate the release of the Humble app. As Brian had mentioned in his podcast interview, Humble will be in a public disclosure frameworks, where more information will be released by the public by its PR team. This will be a positive catalyst to spike up the share price. So in short-term outlook, I do see sometime in April that Humble will spike up to $6 to $7 price range. Long-term end-of-year prediction is very conservative at the moment. I predict it will be about $12 to $15 prior to it being uplisted to NASDAQ. Once on NASDAQ, however, Humble will be shifting in a different gear. If you like the technical analysis like this, especially with my entry and exit points along with the probability percentage, make sure to join our Quantum Finance Patreon page. Here's what some of our members are saying. Special thanks and shout out to Adam, Sawana, and Steve. Adam Brown stated, quote, great call. I've been making lots of moolah with this swing. Quote. Suwana Mason Singh said, quote, thanks, I have learned a lot. I wish I would have joined earlier. It would have saved me thousands from making mistakes on investing, unquote. And lastly, Saberman stated, quote, Anthony, this is ideal information, especially for a beginner like myself. Best channel on YouTube by far, unquote. So there you have it. If you find the video of value and you have not already done so, please like and share the video. Please also hit the sub button and the alert bell. Thank you, and let's go make lots of moolah.